Welcome back, St. Mark's.
I'm Dylan Garnett.
And I'm Jason Nemo.
And this is KSML.
Straight from the lion's mouth.
Today's episode will be about Pride Month and Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month.
Oh yeah, Dylan, I'm so excited to learn about both.
Great, me too. Can you believe we've hit the end of our run here?
No, I really can't. It feels like we just got KSML up and running. I've had a great time at KSML anchor of House Meyers.
Co-anchor.
Ah, such a diva.
I'm here. Alright. Sorry. Our first segment is about Pride Month. To learn more, let's go to Sylvia and Aline, who will tell us the history of this important time.
Hello, St. Mark's. I'm Sylvia Shapiro.
And I'm Aline Malconi, and today we're going to talk about Pride Month, which is celebrated every June.
Pride Month is an entire month dedicated to members of the LGBTQ plus community and their history. LGBTQ plus stands for lesbian, gay, bi, trans, and questioning/queer. The plus stands for everything else on the spectrum of the LGBTQ plus community.
The history of Pride Month is also as colorful as the flag that it represents. The LGBTQ plus community or queer community has always been around. However, the people in the community have been discriminated against for many years.
People would get ridiculed and even sent to jail for liking someone with the same gender as them, dressing in a certain way, and expressing themselves as who they are.
Wait, just because they want to choose who they got to love?
Yep, it was really unfair. But a lot has changed since then. Now, people of the same gender can get married. However, the bill to legalize that wasn't passed until June 2016.
It's a slow go, but people are starting to understand and accept the LGBTQ plus community.
More and more people are coming out as gay, and people are starting to express themselves as more freely. It isn't perfect, and there are still a lot of people who are uncomfortable with queer people. But we can all do our part to respect and understand the LGBTQ plus community.
One way people like celebrating Pride Month is with Pride Parades. During the Pride Parades, people take to the streets colorful celebrations of Pride. There are huge rainbow-colored floats, and everyone is wearing their best rainbow drag.
Some of the biggest and wildest Pride Parades are in New York and Rio de Janeiro. But there are a few really huge and amazing runs right here in Los Angeles. I really want to go to one this year to show my support.
But there are many other ways to celebrate Pride Month. The Altadena Public Library is having several events to celebrate Pride Month throughout the June. And ask your parents to check it out.
You can celebrate as a member of the queer community or as an ally, a person who supports them. No matter who we are, we should all respect and celebrate each other. Love is love.
You said it. Until next time, St. Mark's.
Happy Pride Month! Back to you, Jason Dillon.
Thanks, guys.
I really admire people who fight for their rights. It takes a lot of courage, but it is so important.
Yes, love is love, and I can't understand why anyone would want to fight against love. I'd say the more love, the better.
Me too. Sometimes, however, people are uncomfortable about how others express their identity, and yet we all have lots of parts of who we are.
And the freedom to express those parts matters. Speaking of people who like to express themselves, let's transfer to Sophia, who will go out on campus and ask students about different important aspects of their identity.
Hi, I'm Sophia Pereira, and identity is super important to me. But the thing is, there's a lot of ways to identify. For example, I identify as a girl, as a St. Mark's student, as a daughter, as a friend, and a twin. A main part of my identity is being Latina. I've always been proud of that. I also identify as a student, a reader, a soccer player, an artist, a baker, a softball player, and a tech-savvy computer whiz. Join me as I go out on campus to ask people what's an important part of their identities. Hi, what's your name?
Lars Dietrich.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Grace Miller.
Hi, what's your name?
Edie LaCorey.
Nash.
Cooper.
Hi, what's your name?
Alex.
Tyler Dennis.
My name's Stefan.
Hi, what's your name?
Mina.
What's the important part of your identity?
Being a baseball player and being a brother.
What's an important part of your identity?
My favorite part of my identity is being a big sister. My favorite part about my identity is being a little sister.
I'm a cat lover. I'm a gamer.
What's an important part of your identity?
I'm an Armenian American.
I'm a really cool soccer player.
An important part of my identity is that I'm an older
What's an
brother.
important part of your identity?
An important part of my identity is that I'm Asian American.
An important part of my identity is being biracial.
Wow, that was great. I think it's really cool that some people have so many things that represent them. Hey Dylan, what do you think represents you as a person?
Well, I identify as a Canadian, a drummer, a brother, a sports player, a gamer, and a KSML anchor.
Cool. I think being an actor, a Japanese American, a brother, an origami specialist, a gamer, a KSML anchor, and a martial artist represents me as a person.
That's awesome. Well, Pride Month isn't the only thing we have on our horizon. Let's go to Wendy, William, and Kate to tell us about Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month.
Good afternoon, St. Mark's.
I'm Kate Robb,
And I'm William Chen.
and today we're talking about Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month.
Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month is celebrated across Canada and the USA.
People celebrate in many ways, but let's first talk about how the celebration came to be.
In 1977, a congressman from New York named Frank Horton proposed making the first 10 days of May celebration of people of Asian American heritage.
A lot of people didn't agree with this, so the law was not passed. The next year, he proposed it again to the president.
Jimmy Carter, the president at the time, officially signed the Asian Pacific American Heritage Week into public law on October 5, 1978.
Later in 1990, it was extended to a month by George W. Bush. In 2009, Barack Obama renamed the celebration to Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month.
Hey Kate, do you have an Asian American or Pacific Islander that inspires you?
Yes, I do. One person that inspires me is Kamala Harris because she never let the fact that no woman had been a vice president before stop her from trying to become one. What about you?
I'm inspired by Bruce Lee because he does a lot of cool karate, and it was important for me to see Asian representation as I was growing up.
Let's bring on Wendy so she can share with us who she looks up to.
Hello, how are you two doing?
Great. We enjoyed learning more about Asian American Heritage Month.
What Asian American or Pacific Islander do you look up to?
I really like Sandra Oh because she speaks out about Asian hate, and I love a lot of her screen work. I hope we can all continue to appreciate the contributions and talents of Asian Americans this month and beyond.
Thanks for joining us today, Wendy.
No problem.
And thanks to all the Asian American and Pacific Islanders who contribute so much to all aspects of life.
Tonight, go home and talk with your families about the people who inspire them. Back to you, Jason Bill.
Thanks, Will and Kate. Now I know how important it is to celebrate Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month.
Well, Dylan, today is also the Spring Fling for the 5th and 6th graders.
The Spring Fling is a party that will have snacks, games, and karaoke. Admission is $1, but donations up to $5 are welcome. It will be a benefit to Door of Hope, too.
Also, the state of the school is coming up on Wednesday.
The state of the school is when Ms. Tolbert tells us how the school is doing and where it is headed in the future. Also, on next week's Friday, the 6th graders have a special Greek Day celebration.
Greek Day is a really cool event that the 6th graders do every year. We dress up as Greek gods and goddesses and host traditional Greek games and even do performances. And Spirit Week starts Monday. For a suggested $5 donation, you can dress up all week.
Monday will be Pajama Day. Perfect for me since I love to sleep.
Tuesday will be Sports Day, so you can rep your favorite team.
Next will be Wacky Wednesday, so I'll have to dust off my wacky attire.
Thursday will be Throwback Thursday, dress from your favorite decade.
And Friday, dress as your favorite character. Your teacher will probably give you extra credit if it's a book character.
And again, this all supports Door of Hope. Also, on May 31st, the 6th grade is going to Universal Studios, and the following day is Field Day. We also have a book trailer party, an Amazing Race house competition, and graduation.
6th grade is pretty fun, guys. You're going to love it. As we close, there's one last thing to say. Sadly, this is our last House Meyers episode.
However, next week, as you know, we will be having a joint episode with Baldwin's class, where we will give you a behind-the-scenes tour and a preview of next year's work with the class of 2023.
It's been a great time with all of you, and thank you for all of your support throughout the year. Yeah, so this won't be the last you see of us.
I'm Jason Numa.
Yeah, Jace, I know your last name is Numa and your first name is Jace.
Dylan. No, we have to.
Oh, and I'm Dylan Garnett.
And this is KSML. Thanks for watching.